Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on Cutting Up with Bae. I am Sherry, aka Bae, and today we're going to do a quick tutorial on one of my favorite salads. But before we get into all of that, I'm going to need you to stab that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I want to thank you for joining me. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to cut up some cucumbers, some mini cucumbers at that. They are really delicious. We are going to then move on to some heirloom tomatoes. You can get any type of tomatoes you want, whether it's the regular size tomatoes, whether you want Roma tomatoes, whether you want the mini cherry tomatoes. These little heirloom tomatoes were like $2.50 at my local grocery store. So don't be afraid to try some different things. They actually taste like regular tomatoes. They're just a tad bit sweeter, no matter if they're yellow, if they're regular red, or if they're darker red. I suggest you try them. Now, onto the onion. Of course, when it comes to cooking, it's up to your preference. So if you don't like onion, you don't have to add onion. But I like to add onion to my salads, preferably red onion, because red onion is a lot milder than, regular onions. So the next ingredient is boiled eggs. For me, I like to take the yolks out of my eggs. I mean, hey, once again, you can do whatever you want, but for this salad, we're just gonna do egg whites only. I'm gonna discard the egg yolks and then move on to my next thing after I chop these up. Once again, you can chop stuff up how you wanna chop it up. You can add or omit whatever you want. Cooking is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be stressful. It's not supposed to be overwhelming at all. So go ahead, have some fun, throw in whatever you want. So after I get these eggs cut up, we're gonna move on to my next thing. And you know what? I think this is gonna get kind of fun. Shrimp. Who doesn't like shrimp? Who doesn't like seafood, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm adding some salt to the shrimp. You might not be able to see it, but I promise you it's some good seasoning going on here. So after I add the salt, I added some pepper, I added some onion powder, I added some Old Bay, and then I added a little chili powder, only because I wanted to give my salad and my shrimp a little spice. So after I season everything up, I throw my shrimp into a nice blazing hot oily pan, and then I just let my shrimp go for about maybe 3 minutes on each side. Now if you take a look at the shrimp right here, the shrimp, they're starting to curl up. You know when your shrimp is done because your shrimp, they turn into little seeds. You see that? Yeah, we're cooking with fire now. So go ahead after like 2 or 3 minutes, depending on the size of your shrimp, you go ahead and flip them over, and then you go turn them off because we don't want to overcook them. Nobody likes overcooked seafood. So now this is my favorite part, plating. So let's go ahead, let's start building our salad. We got lettuce, we got our cucumbers, we got our tomatoes, and again, everything isn't so perfect, but we're just gonna layer everything on until we get it the way we want it. So there we go with our onions, stacking that on, cleaning some stuff up, rearranging, just having some fun, So after we add the onion, we're gonna add some Velveeta cheese, one of my favorites. After we add the cheese, we're gonna add some egg. And then I also like to sometimes add a little salt or pepper to my egg and my salad. So after all of that, we're gonna stack it high with shrimp, and boom, there you go, Sherry's favorite shrimp salad.